This video tutorial will guide you through the use of the time clock in MyVision Express. The time clock allows your staff to perform all necessary time in and out functions. A timesheet will be created for each day, detailing the employee's hours worked and break hours. By default, all users have the ability to add or modify time entries. It is recommended that this ability be removed and left only for the administrators. The employees can use the notes and remarks to inform the administrator of any changes needed to their time card. There are two reports available for you to review. The Employee Timesheet Report shows the details for each employee, while the Employee Timesheet Summary shows just the total hours for each employee. Either report can be printed or exported to an Excel, PDF, or CSV file, which you can later transmit to your payroll services company or import into your payroll software. If you are a QuickBooks user and you have purchased the QuickBooks interface for MyVision Express, you can export payroll directly from MyVision Express to QuickBooks. Let's get started by having Mike the optician clock out for lunch. To access the time clock, you would click the time clock on your menu. Notice that there is already a sheet generated for the day and he has timed in. All of the functions are listed here: time in and time out, lunch out and lunch in, if there's a second lunch, and if there is a dinner. So I will perform the lunch out. The user's name is defaulted in the user ID. All the user has to do is type in the password and save time entry. If we go back into the time clock, we can see that he has lunched out. When Mike returns from lunch, he will click lunch in, and his total hours will be counted here, worked hours versus break hours. If for some reason Mike needs his time clock edited, he should leave a note for the administrator. Let's say that he clicked lunch in accidentally. He can then go back in, and when he leaves for the day, performs his time out function, he can write in the notes section a note for the administrator. Please adjust time for clock in to 10. Was unable to clock in due to waiting customer. Also, I returned from lunch at 11. You would then save entry. When you go in here, you'll be able to see the note to the right side here. Let's see how this looks from the administrator side. The administrator time card, like any other employee, is accessed by clicking the time clock. Notice the administrator does have 3 extra buttons: Add, Delete, and Save. Let me show you how you would disable those buttons for your other users. You would go to File, Setup, Company Information, Security, and select a security group. Let's say Billing. I would scroll down to the time clock. Click on the plus sign to expand, and again click on the time clock to expand here. I would uncheck the delete button, I would uncheck the save button, and I would uncheck the add button. Those 3 buttons will be hidden from the billing security group. And I would click save. You should do the same for all your other security groups. Save, close. These changes would take effect when the user logs out and then logs back in. Let's go back to the administrator's time clock and modify Mike the optician's time entry. The first thing we'll need to do is we'll need to change the username. Mike O is Mike the optician's login. Notice it brings up his card. Notice I now do have these buttons available. I can come in here and modify these times. I can make this 10. And I can make this 11, as he says. and then I will save. His time card has been saved. If he forgot to clock out for the day, or if he clocked out at the wrong time, I can come in here and change this. And we'll make this PM and save. Again, here's our total hours worked and the break hours. Mike the optician's timesheet has now been adjusted. We could close. Let's review the reports. We'll go to File, Reports, Employee Timesheet. Select your payroll date range. Let's say I'll start with Sunday the 26th. You can filter it to one employee if you like. I'll search for all. And here's my time clock. Notice it generates a timesheet for the administrator. And as we scroll down, one for Mike the optician. This report can be printed or you can save as, and this is where you could save it to any one of the formats: Excel, text, comma separated value, HTML table, XSLFO, or a PDF. Let's say we'll save it to a CSV file and we'll name it payroll. Week ending 3/12/14. And it's going to save to our desktop. You're now ready to import that report into your accounting software or payroll software if it accepts any of those formats, or you can also transmit it to your payroll services provider. We'll close this report. We can also print the employee timesheet summary. This report is a little different than the last. It's just going to give you your totals. So I have Mike the optician, this many hours, and Vision Express worked this many hours. Total hours worked for the company, 7.72. This report can also be printed or exported. If you are using QuickBooks and you've purchased the My Vision Express interface, you will be able to export these reports right into your QuickBooks software. Once we are done, we will close. This concludes our video tutorial. Thank you for watching. Please remember to visit us at Support Central, where you can view additional video tutorials.